Hola a todos. Let me introduce myself real quick. I am Ari, a Spanish coach from Argentina, and I have taught over 10,000 Spanish lessons to more than 1,000 students around the world. Even though I'm from Argentina, I teach neutral Spanish, so it's useful no matter where you're learning it from. Of course, I am a certified Spanish coach, and I'm finishing my degree in international business. My goal here is simple: make Spanish easier, clear, and actually useful from the first lesson. So maybe this sounds familiar, or either you don't know where to start, or you studied Spanish years ago but you forgot everything, or maybe you have used language apps and you just know random words. But when it's time to say something, nothing comes out. But no worries. I created this course exactly for you to help you from feeling stuck to actually speak Spanish. These classes are going to be around 10 minutes each, so they are easy to follow even if you are super busy. In just 30 days, you will go from absolutely beginner to being able to hold a basic conversation in Spanish. And if you want to go further, I have created this full interactive guide that follow this course. It includes extra videos, exercise with answers, and more. You can find the link right below this video. But now let's start. Okay, so this is the Spanish Mastery Guide from Beginner to Intermediate that I have created in my academy, Conari Spanish Online Academy, where I have created all of this introduction, and we're going to start here with the most basic questions that you need to know how to answer and also how to understand them. So let's do it. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? For you to answer here, you want to say me llamo. Me llamo Ari. ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Soy de, which is I am from, soy de Argentina. And the next one, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? So here you want to say, estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Okay, so we need to know them very well because you will listen to these type of questions all the time and you need to know what they mean and how will you answer. So now let's move to the next page, which is going to be the personal pronouns. We need to know them very well. So I will repeat them 2 times. The first one I will read and the second time you will follow me for the pronunciation. So, yo, yo, tú, tú. Remember of not doing a T very strong, right? Like in English, like two, but you want to make it very, very soft. So you will say tú, tú. Great, let's continue. If you want to say he, you would say él, él. If you want to say she, you will say ella, ella. Basically here, the double L is like if we're replacing for an E in Spanish. So that's why you say ella, ella. If you want to say you, but the formal one, right? Because we have 2 of them. We have the informal, which is tú, but then the formal one is usted. Usted. This one is the one that you're going to use mostly with people that is much older than you or people that you don't know. But also it depends on the country. So in some countries in Latin America, they will say usted even to their own moms. So it's up to the country. You will have to realize, you will have to see which one are they using. If they are using usted with you will mostly have to use usted with them back. Okay, if you want to say we, you will say nosotros. Nosotros. Notice here how the TR is very soft. It's not harsh like in English. It's not nosotros, but nosotros. But also, in case that is all women in group, we will say nosotras. Nosotras. So, here, something important about Spanish is that we have this thing about the genders, right? So, for a group of men, you will say nosotros. For a group of women, you will say nosotras, but when you have both genders in the same group, you will say still nosotros, right? So that means that when you have both genders in one group, you will still take the male as the general reference. Okay, let's continue with they, but male. Ellos, ellos. They, but female. Ellas, ellas. And now you guys or you all, the one from Latin America, which is ustedes. Ustedes. I am going to teach here mostly the neutral Spanish from Latin America, but in Spain, if they for they to say you guys, they will say vosotros. Vosotros. Okay? All right, let's continue. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do here is learning how to use the verb ser and the verb estar, the verb to be in English. In Spanish, we have two of them, so that's why we need to know very well where to use each. For the verb ser, we will use it for very specific topics like characteristics. But first of all, let's learn each of the conjugations for the personal pronouns. So, if I want to say I am, I will say yo soy. Yo soy. You are is tú eres. Tú eres. He is él es. Él es. She is ella es. Ella es. You, but the formal one is gonna be usted es. Usted es. We are, it's nosotros somos. Nosotros somos. They, male, are, it's gonna be ellos son. Ellos son. And they, female, are ellas son. Ellas son. And you guys are, it's gonna be ustedes son. Ustedes son. So as I said, what we're going to learn here is how to use one of the most important verbs in Spanish, the verb ser. The first topic that we're going to start is the adjectives to describe personality. So that means that whenever you are describing someone or something, you will need to use the verb ser, which in English is to be. Let's learn some vocabulary so we can put everything together. So I will read them 2 times for you to listen the pronunciation. Amable, amable. Alegre, alegre. Divertido, divertido. Creativo, creativo. Apasionado, apasionado. Curioso, curioso. Trabajador, trabajador. Responsable, responsable. Sociable, sociable. Extrovertido, extrovertido. Introvertido, introvertido. Calmado, calmado. Paciente, paciente. Honesto, honesto. Humilde, humilde. Amigable, amigable. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to try to put everything together, right? Because here we have the conjugation for the verb ser, here we have the vocabulary, and now we have to put everything together. So if you want to say I am creative, right? So we do here I am, which is yo soy, and then creative, we will put it here, which is creativo, right? So I am creative, soy creativo. You can take a screen capture of all of them so you can practice. Remember, if you want all of the exercise with the answers, you have everything in the link below this video. So that's it for today. What we want to do here is to learn very well how to use the verb ser, which is the verb to be in English, and it's super important for you to know it. Also, you learn some vocabulary with descriptions for personality, and you're practicing to put everything together with these sentences. For the next class, what we're going to do is to learn how to describe people in appearance. See you in the next class. Ciao, ciao.